Hello, everybody. Hello, this is Mahdi, co-director of the Human Solidarity Project, and I got just a few things I want to share with you this morning. It may be morning for you, it may not be. Uh, I'm enjoying my new hat my daughter's got for me, and I like the style of it. I like what it brings out of me. I want to talk to you about unconscious bias in the workplace. Not just really in the workplace, but unconscious bias, period. Right? And when I was thinking about it, I was like, well, how do I want to begin this conversation with people. And I was thinking about how when we first started, doing anti-racism, DEI work, et cetera, we had a mindset where ideology was like more important than anything. So we wanted to get across that our ideas were the best ideas or the only right ideas. Well, we didn't even realize that we were demonstrating unconscious bias ourselves in following that approach. So we would say to people, people would say, "What are y'all doing out in the world?" We'd say, "Well, what we're doing is we're transforming systems and institutions." That was our tagline. That was our motto. We're transforming systems and institutions. Sounded good. But the reality was, what we didn't understand was that systems and institutions aren't made up of desks, computers, buildings, cars, trucks. They are made up of people. People like you and me. And so, if unconscious bias is to be understood, we must understand them first as an individual. What we weren't doing was we were not applying the whole concept of unconscious bias to ourselves. Like, where in our life were we ourselves as facilitators were demonstrating unconscious bias? And how was it unconscious bias not affecting other people? How was it affecting us in a negative way? See, all of us have assumptions that we've made, not just about other people, but of ourselves. We have beliefs about ourselves that stop us, that hold us back, and we don't realize that that is a part of unconscious bias, right? There are things that we believe about ourselves that are constantly getting in our way of us performing at our highest level. And if we understood that unconscious bias was connected to it, we would begin to understand how we can implement unconscious bias. When I say implement it, understand how it affects us at work, how it prevents us from reaching at highest level, from bringing out the creative genius in our coworkers, for bringing out the creative genius and what we call eunoia, the beautiful thinking mind, and the people that we work with and for. Now, unconscious bias. Get that is unconscious. So we have a tendency to judge people for demonstrating unconscious bias, but the reality is it's unconscious, meaning they are not aware of it. Our job as facilitators, as leaders, is to help people understand and see their unconscious bias, not in a punitive way, but in a way that helps them to develop and grow and to see themselves in an expansive way. When you think of unconscious bias, I want you to think of what is this bias doing to me to hold me back? What is this limited thinking or limited beliefs doing to prevent me from showing up at my highest performance, at my best in terms of how I treat people, how I interact with people? It's limiting me. When you see how unconscious bias limits you, then you get how it should be applied in the workplace, not in a punitive way, not in a way that puts people down or makes people feel guilty or bad about themselves, but in a way to bring enlightenment to the whole situation where we can see that there's more to us than this. There's more to what we can have in our relationships than this. Just like this Texas hat, this Texas cowboy hat that I'm loving, I would have never thought I'd see myself at this point wearing a Texas hat. But guess what? I love it. I love how I look in it. I love how I feel in it. But that was once a bias that I had about when I would see people with the cowboy hat. I had certain assumptions and stuff that would come up for me that were just really counterproductive to the reality of me making connections to people who may have looked a certain way. See how unconscious bias works in the workplace. So a person is from a different country, they speak a different language, and we have biases that immediately come up, and we haven't even experienced the person yet. We haven't even experienced the opportunity yet. Our unconscious bias prevents us from going forward beyond where we are now. It's time we all start working on reducing our unconscious bias, making ourselves aware of where we are assuming and jumping to conclusions about people without the actual experience. Listen, y'all, there's nothing like the experience. There's nothing like getting to know someone. There's nothing like working and understanding how to collaborate with people so that you can bring out more out of yourself. I'm Mahdi, co-director of the Human Solidarity Project. I love you and thank you for this opportunity to talk with you. I hope you get a lot out of this video. Peace. Peace, peace, peace.